Hi there. Well, this is number 2 in the harmony series, and it's going to be a little awkward. I want to show you the actual keyboard so that things make a little more sense. Last time I talked about inversions, and I didn't tell you enough about it. In a chord chart, you'll see the name of the chord, and sometimes there's a slash and another letter, and that means that's the inversion. They want that note in the bass. So I'm going to show you how we do that, and they're called inversions. And we're going to move over here and go all the way down there. Okay, so you see I have, this is a C. You can always tell C because where there's 2 black keys, not 3, but 2, to the left of them, that's a C. All right, so this is a C major triad. We have a C, an E, and a G. And I usually play it 1, 3, 5. All right, now sometimes they're going to say, no, we want that the fifth note of the scale in the bottom, in the base of the chord. So we're going to move it down here to this G, the G below 1. And that sounds a little different. Here's the first one, kind of bright. Here's this one. Oh, and then sometimes they say, well, no, we want to take the 3rd note and put it in the bottom. And so you're still playing a C, an E, and a G, but it's sounding like this now. Kind of a nice soft ending sound. So those are the inversions. Each inversion has a name. It's either a first inversion or a second inversion. When it's in its normal 1, 3, 5 pattern, it's not an inversion. I believe when you, I'm not sure if it's the 3 or the 5, but there's a first inversion and a second inversion, but the chord chart will tell you what to put. Now I also want to show you what I talked about were the finger patterns of how I finger a 1 chord, 4 chord, and a 5, 7 chord. We'll talk about adding that 7 later. But the pinks here are the 1 chord or the tonic. I put a T in it. Tonic. That's the first chord in the scale, where your first note of the scale, which is C. This is again C major. So if you put your first note, skip the 2nd, play the 3rd, skip the 4th, play the 5th. And remember, you've got whole step, half step, whole step. So there's a regular 1 chord in the key of C. Now to do the 4 chord, which is called the subdominant, so I put SD, I take my 4th finger and move it up, leave my thumb right where it was, just move these 2 up. Okay, so that's the traditional amen sound. Amen. Okay, we call that the amen chord. So the 4 chord, the 1 chord. Now you could do inversions with these, but right now I'm just showing you in this inversion how easily it is to change your fingers. So I'd go 1, 4, I go back to 1 a lot of times, and then to do the 5 chord, I'm going to add the 7. First of all, the 5 chord in G major is G, B, D. And I'm going to add an F. So I'm going to go, here's my B, here's my F that I'm adding, that's the 7th note, and the D. And back to 1. So my fingers go here, they move up there, they come back, my thumb moves down, and my ring finger comes up there. Now you can do that. You can do that in any key, but not when you're at a crazy angle like I was. Oh, well, excuses. So there you go. There's a little more clarity in those 2 things that we talked about last time. The inversions, where you put the 3rd or the 5th at the base of the chord, and also just that fingering pattern that has worked for me. Okay, that's all today. Thank you.